Welcome back to Animal Crossing New Horizons. I'm Dear Darling. Should we see what's going on on our lovely island of Fawnhallow today? In late night episode, had a D&D session, a rather chill one. It's amazing the sort of dichotomy that is between the two campaigns right now. One of them experiencing a really intense moment, a moment which is genuinely going to be really bad. It's the sort of like life and death, make or break scenario, and the other one having like a really nice time celebrating at a festival. The sort of dichotomy of it is amusing, to say the very least. It's weird, like sort of going from like Monday being like, oh, you know, terrible moment, you're not leaving here alive, that sort of thing, to, you know, today just being like, oh, you know, you throw a sickle so hard it bounces off both the poles because of a natural 20, something like that. Anyway, good evening everyone. Right now in Fawnhallow it's 11:31 PM on Wednesday, July 24th, 2024. Yeah, I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, you know what was actually kind of interesting? I wish I caught my reaction when I was recording, because I literally didn't realise this until I looked right now. I saw the notification on YouTube, and usually it's comments. I was like, oh, let's go check out the comments, and then proceed not to respond to them. Apparently, at some point, I hit 1,000 subscribers. Woo! I've got 1,003, which is crazy. I don't know when or what caused this to happen, to be perfectly honest, and what had such like an uptick. Wait, hold on, what? How do I speak? I'm not sure what caused such an uptick. Apparently I got 41 in the last month, which is much higher than usual, but sometimes it just happens. Sometimes I just get like a load of random people checking out my videos. I don't know why necessarily. Apparently a lot of people are checking out the reality TV one, which is certainly interesting. Just some of the videos just randomly pop off, and I'm just like, okay, fair enough. You do you. If you like these random conversations about absolutely nothing, then fair enough. More power to you. Some people don't. It seems like it. But that's totally fine. I mean, like, at the end of the day, who cares? It's a sort of, it is what it is. Like, so some of these are really, I don't know, my Animal Crossing ones actually, I didn't realise have got a lot of views recently. Hold on. Look at, maybe I should pay more attention to this. Death and Taxes, the last one, didn't have many. 19. Choosing Battles is 74, which feels like much higher than normal. Reality TV has 500? What is going on? But like averaging, the Ice Cream Band didn't get that many. See, some of them just don't get any of them, and some of them just get like 100 for some reason. Pogo Stick's got 100. Why? I don't know. Movie Maker's got 200. I've got no genuine clue why some of these just pop up. Pretend Play is 236. Oh my word. Anyway, yeah. So we've hit the big 1,000 weird ice creams got free. I didn't realise that I've been getting so many on some of these Animal Crossing ones here and there. That's crazy. Anyway, so I've hit the big old 1,000, but not 1,000 videos this time. It's 1,000 subscribers, which I didn't think I'd get to, because I didn't even think I would be continuously uploading videos for this long. But here I am, and it's cool, to the very least. And there's certainly I don't know really what caused it. Something must have popped off, and it must have gotten like a lot of them recommended to other people here and there or something. It's funny because at least in like a sort of mid and early days of when I was like doing YouTube, the ones which would pop off would be randomly just like the first episodes of like a new series or something. People would be like checking in just to see whatever this new series is. But nowadays, like almost every time without fail, it will be a random Animal Crossing episode with a completely random conversation topic where it's just like, oh, you know, this one just got like a heck of a ton of views, and I was like, oh, okay, sure. And I don't really know why. I haven't the faintest idea. It just sort of is happening, and I was like, okay, well, I'm not going to be like, no, how dare this happen? Of course I'm going to be like, cool. it's just so incredibly random. I wonder if I can start monetizing things now at 1,000, right? Or I can start getting memberships. Oh, I need a few more public watch hours. That's fair. I'm actually kind of close. I need 4,000. Apparently I'm at 3,500 in the last year, which is pretty close. I don't particularly want to like monetize things heavily, because at the end of the day, like, it's only 1,000 people. But people who are watching will probably start being a little bit annoyed, I suppose, by the fact that there's like adverts here and there. When you get memberships, I don't really know what that means. Super chats, exclusive perks, connects. I mean, I don't have an online store. Watch page ads, sure. Short feeds ads, sure. Why not? So I could apply, connect an online store for merchandise, and like it seems interesting because that's a first tier. Like you could start selling stuff or connecting an online store to a YouTube channel very early on. I guess that's kind of more if you had a store ready and then opened a YouTube channel. Maybe that makes more sense. I don't know. Super chats and stuff as well. That's interesting. Like you can become a paying member, of which you'll get literally nothing for it. But it's not like people haven't asked me before about monetarily supporting the channel, and I was just like, you don't need to do that. I'm gonna be honest. Like, this isn't my livelihood, so there's not really much, fortunately, there's not really much of a pressure to be like, okay, I need to get some monetization in here. This is literally just a hobby at this point. If it was my livelihood, then I'd be like, okay, you know, I'm not going to say no, sort of thing, but, I don't know. I wish I had something prepared for just, like, celebrating 1,000, apart from just, like, thank you for 1,000 of you. It'd be very funny. It's a thing that people do, right? When they reach like X number, they just like read out every single one of their subscribers or something. Which, I'm gonna be honest, I don't know if I particularly want to do that. I don't even know if I can see all my subscribers. I can see my recent subscribers, but I can't, because I assume some people will do it privately, right? I don't really know how it works, to be honest. What I find most surprising is how much I used to like know YouTube back in the day, and now I'm just like, what is going on? I don't even know. I'm just here to watch some Northern Line videos sometimes. Even then, I don't even watch Northern Line videos so much anymore. Just sort of I'm just sort of very much just like tuning into Library of Laterno, if anything. But yeah, I don't really know what else I was gonna say about this. It's just surprising, and I'm very thankful that 1,000 people out there, at least, they're not checking in every single series or every single video, but they looked at my videos enough to be like, hey, this seems like it could be entertaining, let's subscribe. And that's, you know, a-okay with me. I'm not here to be like, put the notification bell on or anything, because I'm going to be like, I upload like 2 videos every day. That is probably too many notifications for the average person, which I totally understand. You don't have to be notified by it. You know, you don't. Subscribing is nice, but I also, you know, understand if it like fills up people's feeds and that sort of thing, it's not that interesting. I really got to start replying to these comments. I don't think I've replied for like 2 months or something. And to be fair, July is kind of like a wash for things, mainly just because of Artfight, which I haven't checked out for a while. Oh, I forgot I was doing my Neopets Daily Battles. I guess I must have closed that at some point for some reason. But yeah, I was just playing a little bit of Neopets. It's what I usually do during this sort of time, because I'm just like, it's, what else am I going to be doing in this moment? Except for something simple as fighting in the Battle Dome. I've got the Wand of the Dark Fairy now, so it's a lot easier. But yeah. 1,000, you know, what's interesting is how difficult I think numbers are to quantify for the average person. Like, I can't remember the example I've seen or where I've seen it, but imagine you had like a number line all the way from 1 up to 1 billion, and it's like a meter long or something. And then I want you to answer this basically as quickly and instinctively as you can. Like, if you've like imagined this line, or if you've drawn out this line, if you want a practical version, I want you to put a mark on that line where you think the number 1 million should be. And then immediately what most people sort of do, like if you do it without thinking, is you just kind of put it somewhere in the middle. Which if you give it a little bit of thought, you're just like, wait, that doesn't make any sense whatsoever. There's no way 1 million is halfway between 1 and 1 billion. Like, you can just do the math. Halfway between 1 and 1 billion is 500 million. It's like, immediately that's wrong. But the natural instinct is, because I guess people are much better at thinking once numbers get too big to imagine, people start thinking unknowingly in logarithmic scales, in orders of magnitude, right? Like, you can very much picture like 3 objects, and if I said 7 objects, you can very intuitively get a sense of like, that's at least like double in size, right? But if I start saying like 21 objects, and I say compared to 86 objects, you'd be like, okay, like mathematically I can work out how much it is, but instinctively, like, you probably don't imagine what 21 objects might look like, or 86 might look like. That's quite a lot. And it gets even harder, I suppose, once you get into like hundreds or thousands or millions in this case. You know, you get, of course, you would be like what's bigger, a million or 1,000? Of course it's a million. But like imagining it, like how much bigger? Like a million is 1,000 times bigger than 1,000. The same scale of 1,000 to a million is the same from a million to a billion. People only get the idea of working in magnitudes, but the absolute scale is kind of lost. So if you imagine that scale again from 1 to a billion, and you put a mark on 1 million is, 1 million is basically just at the beginning. Like, you if you think about it, like if you do it completely off instinct, there's a good chance you might put it about halfway through. If you think about it a bit more, you might be like, oh, a million's actually quite a bit smaller than a billion. You might put it like 10% of the way through. No, it's like 0.1% of the way through the number line. It's basically just directly on top of the number 1, depending on how big your line is. That's what I'm thinking about when I think about the fact there's 1,000 people who subscribed at some point. It's hard for me to quantify that because it's an order of magnitude, a couple of orders of magnitude above what I can reasonably picture in my mind, you know? It's just like, oh, 1,000 people. That's a lot of people. Like if I think about it, I'm thinking 1,000 people. That's like how many people there were, students that were in my secondary school. That's a lot of people, the more I think about it. That's like, I remember when we had to take a whole school photo and it took like the entire beginning of a day. Because we had to get everyone up there, and you had to stand up there for ages, and then you had to come like down again. It just takes forever. And that was a lot of people just all standing around for, well, that. I'm not saying that's a bad thing necessarily, it's just sort of like, it was a thing. And I was like, whoa, crazy to think about, you know? Just insane to think 1,000 people are just sort of there, chilling, standing around, being like, yeah, let me know when you upload a video. And I'm just like, yeah, sure, I got you, fam, as I say. 1,000 is, what's the most common thing you see, which you see 1,000 of? 1,000 grains of rice? How much is a let's see. Maybe someone's got a picture. 1,000 grains of rice. About 26 grams. So it's really not all that much. But 1 billion grains of rice? No. That's 1 million grains of rice, isn't it? Because there was that really popular thing a while back where people were showing like billionaires' wealth using rice, wasn't it? We use like a single grain of rice is worth 100,000, which even then I think is too high for someone to conceivably imagine properly. 1 billion is huge. It's like, hold on, what's that really good one? Like, 1 million seconds is like just over a week, or something like that, and 1 billion seconds is like 31 years. Just like the jump up is incredible. Orders of magnitude are crazy the more you think about it, when you sit down and properly think about them. Also, is that true? Did I just tell a lie? 1 million seconds is 12 days. 1 billion is 31 years. 1 trillion seconds is 32,000 years, basically. it's like, whoa, okay. The timescales that things can work on, it's crazy. How does that even happen? 1,000 people. I don't even know if I know 1,000 people. I don't know if that's like normal or not. Could I name 1,000 people? Maybe. I can. Okay, 1,000 people. Could I name 1,000 people I personally know? I don't know if I could, or like have personally met at some point. You know, even if I named all the people like in my year back at school, and then all the people like in my university year, that's one. I would have to remember all of them, which I distinctly don't remember all of them. I remember a decent amount. I think I could probably get up to like 500 or so, but 1,000? I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't sell myself short. Because, like, I don't know. Anything's possible, right? I wasn't sure how good I was going to be at name 100 women, but, you know, name 1,000 people. Is that easier? It's not really easy. Naming 100 women definitely way easier than 1,000 people. But still, 1,000. Can you believe it? I can't believe it. I'm sitting here like this is probably so weird for you if you're not also doing this exercise with me. But like sitting down, like imagining a room of 1,000 people. Just like I'm performing like, I don't know, in a concert or something. Imagine before. and I'm just sitting there, and there's 1,000 people. That's like the first row 10 for 100 rows backwards. I would just be like, like the people at the back probably couldn't even see me properly, so it'd be better to split it into like 4 sections, and it still goes for 25 rows backwards. That's a lot of rows. that's an incredible amount of rows. I wonder how many seats are on a train on TFL, on the London Underground. London Underground train. How many people can fit in train? Oh, it kind of depends of each one. Total capacity. So fully stocked central line is about 1,000 people. Wow. And one of those entire trains of people have subscribed to me. Now, mind you, subscriptions versus active watchers, I think, is a very different thing. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a decent amount of people who just subscribe just for that and randomly and just sort of forget about it. Forget about it. I don't have anything against it. Of course, your life is yours, and I'm not here to dictate what you should or shouldn't do, because it's none of my business as far as I'm concerned. I'm just sort of like wrapping my head around the number. You know, it'd be really sad if I spoke about this entire time, and when I check back the next day and it's like gone down to like 994, and I'd be like, oh, okay then. People didn't like that conversation, I guess, which is, you know, fair enough. So be it. That is how it is. It's just like I don't know. I'm just very thankful for all of this. It does certainly feel like live streaming has sort of very much perked up the interest. At least not only for me streaming, but also for people tuning in at the same time, right? I guess it's kind of entertaining, and I appreciate that. I think it's genuinely a lot of fun. I want to do it more. I just don't have time really to do it, not on a weekend, and even half a weekends I can't really do it because I'm busy, which is a shame. Now, if it could become a full-time job, that's a whole other story, but I'm not counting on that, because that is unreasonable. Yeah, I don't know what else to say about it, but from, you know, if you haven't been watching, like, thank you. 1,000 is crazy. And I'm very appreciative of it. But I guess I'll round this episode off here, because it's coming on to midnight sooner or later. I will have to sleep soon. So if you have been watching, thank you very much. It's been Animal Crossing New Horizons. I've been dear darling. Likes, comments, subscription, shares greatly appreciated. Socials, Discord down below. Hope you see each other again, but for now it's our farewell. So until next time, don't bite me, mosquito. Bye bye for now. Oh, let's run away and then do it. No, face the camera. Bye bye for now.